with your PhD. Now, I just want to have a survey of my audience. How many already defended their proposal? Okay, one. Now, the others are just starting the journey? Yeah. Oh, how many already passed PhD? Okay, 1, 2, okay. So we have a mixture of audience here. Okay. Now, everything actually goes back to research gap. Whether you are now in the journey of your PhD or whether you are in the time of identifying who are you, whether is it suitable that you are doing this topic or not. And another one is what will be the future that you want to go, moving on, with your life, with your academic career or professional career. So that's why the understanding of research gap is important. That's the first step of becoming a prolific scholar. I bet that the takeaways that you can take here most probably okay, number one, the QR code. Now, how many of you already downloaded the QR code? Number one, okay. Those who have not, please go and download the QR code in your phone. Very important.
I downloaded, but just asking for register my card number.
If not, then next time you download for future events. Because we have another way of doing the activity. Okay. Because we are in the age of technology, where the technology is assisting us in our work. And one way to, we don't look at the gap first, we look at yourself as the community. You must be able to adjust yourself to quickly catch up with what is happening around yourself. You cannot have your mind stuck in the books, have your mind stuck in the literature, forgetting what is happening around the world. Because why? The world is changing. And when the world is changing, so does your work is changing. You cannot have a just depending on you doing your PhD and just writing it and then finish. No. When the world is changing, your data, your research question, your research problem change. You can't do a PhD by exploring new or contribute. You say that you want to contribute to new knowledge for your PhD, but you are looking backwards. Looking at the 5 years data. Hey, I'm telling you, the world is changing. First step, the QR code. That's the first thing that you need to put in your phone. Second one, when you want to venture into Fintech, social media is very important. Why social media? Because the communities that is discussing about Fintech is not in journals, it's not in magazine, it's not in conference. Conference is later, but the community here, the industry players, the researchers, even people that wants to learn about Fintech, they are in the social media. It's not Google Scholar is social media. No, there are so many social media. For example, LinkedIn. Make sure that you have a LinkedIn account. Okay. The second one, the most important one, you must have Telegram. How many of you have Telegram downloaded in your phone? How many of you? You don't know what is Telegram?
I know, but
you must have. Because why? In Telegram, those are the places where the techs, the people that is dealing with technology, blockchain, the blockchain people sharing information in the groups. Because why? Telegram is simpler to manage and to code. And they have what we call less problem to put documents in your phone, and they apply robots to manage your messages. WhatsApp it doesn't have those functions. So that's why the community uses the social media to engage. And you, as a researcher today, you must have those tools in your phone. If you don't have, download it now. Because why? I will introduce to you some activities worthwhile for you to take away when you finish. Actually, this talk is just 1 hour. So we are going to engage after that. Because what I'm thinking of, why I established this talk is to engage my audience that is really interested in researching financial technologies. But students or professionals, they are in this area, UNIS Utara Malaysia. Why? Because we have not a very good access to the people that is close to Kuala Lumpur, Central region, but the community is everywhere. And I want to highlight this to everyone that this is where I will share my slides. Okay, this is the potential area that we want to venture. So, okay, let me put it on the presentation slide. Okay, Bismillah. All right. Now, all right, no problem. Now, as you all know, social media is very important, right? So that's why I like to introduce myself first. My name is Dr. Mohammed Maha. Let me sit down. Now, why I sit down? Because I'm recording this session and I'm publishing this on my YouTube channels, which you can later on subscribe it. It is the Digital Education Academy, right? So an Digital Education Academy, right? But just look into the profile. Okay, my name is Dr. Mohammed Maha bin Musa, and I'm a senior lecturer. I'm sorry that the slide is quite small, but we can share the slide. Most importantly is we want to see later the activities that I have put. Okay, so I received my PhD from INSIF, right? I did Islamic finance. So my research interest is capital regulation, banking side. Right now, looking at also Industrial Revolution 4.0, artificial intelligence and big data. The recent projects that I am engaging is the Industrial Revolution 4.0 under the FRGS grant. I am a research fellow in ARIC. Who knows ARIC? Or who wants to know about ARIC? ARIC is an institute of research in School of Economics, Finance and Banking. Right? We involved with studies about the Asian regions. So a lot of opportunity for you if you like to apply for research assistant there, right? And okay, I already explained I am a recipient, just a team member, right, of the FRGS grant. Presently, I manages the Fintech Research Lab and Artificial Intelligence in Behavioral Finance, UUM. Why I choose Behavioral Finance is because a lot of AIs, they look into automated trading. When I talk about AI is about how to make decisions automated, not by human, because the idea or the source is from the people. And when you have what you call methods where you can replicate your methods of decision making into what you call robotic or autonomous decision making, that is where we look into artificial intelligence and machine learning. That is the areas where you can actually look also for your PhD topic. And I also manages the Scholars of Fintech Research Community, which, very fortunate for you, recently launched today. So please make sure that later on that you try to like the page, be a member. Because why? I will bring this community to wider audience. Please be with me. Because why? You need to engage with the people outside. And with the research grant that I am applying, I can bring you as a community to many people out there, the industry people, industry players, where you can get engaged and maybe later on get for research ideas, right, on data if they want to share. I can connect with you. Just you have this link, you share with your friends. The more people is there, the better chance you get for collaboration. Collaboration is very important to get the knowledge and to know the gap. Because you wouldn't do something that is already done by many people, right? That's the research gap. You know that this is done by them. So that will not be the suitable gap. So that is how you manage your research later on. Alright, my previous experience, I was the senior executive at Bank Negara Malaysia for 4 years. Before that, I was a trainee broker at the CAF Ashley and Pierce Malaysia, CAF AP. So basically my experience is in the treasury dealings department. So that's where my background is before I continue my PhD in SIF. And actually I am basically a very long alumni in UAM. I started my studies here as a student in matriculation, very long time here. And after that, my degree, UUM, my master's in UUM. So imagine how long I've been here, and you guys say that this place is very boring. I tell you no. No. There are still some places where I have not explored. And I recently explored the Tasik. So, you know, there's, okay, just stay there in Sintok. Okay? Enough of that. So let us begin with the first activity. So first of all, open your phone. Try to capture this QR code. If you cannot, you just type in your phone or your laptop HTTP. This is the link. Okay, just put it there. Okay. So that is how fast. If you want to fast, you use QR code. So probably if you have done, then just like it. So let me explain what's the benefit of joining the Scholars of Fintech Research Community Facebook group. Is that you will get the latest research update on fintech by scholars around the world. Okay, and because why? Because the community, I hope, right, they will share their content a little bit. Because why? In the world of research right now, it is important to have any papers that you write to be quoted. High citation, highly cited, and the way to market your paper, beside using ResearchGate, beside using LinkedIn or other sources, is just share it with your friends, right? And let your friends see your paper, and maybe they are interested to quote. So before we go to the gap, let's go and join the community. And in this group is that you will be able to participate in workshop, discussion and conference on fintech. Now let me check my YouTube whether it is getting or not the screen. So the others, you might want to use your phone, right? To have this QR code. Yeah. Please come closer, no problem.
Yeah.
Because the screen is not big.
Dia kan macam ni.
Yes, just go. Search.
Alright.
Yeah. Ada.
Dia macam ni.
Okay, if not, tak apa. If not, then you go to the Facebook. Just look for Scholars of Fintech Research Community. Okay?
Biasanya kalau pergi Facebook.
Go to Facebook. It's okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Now. On foot. Okay. Now it's live. Great. And there you, as a participant or a community member, you can present ideas and get reviews from reputable scholars on fintech. Isn't it amazing? You have your, let's say that you want to check something before you see your supervisors, right? You say, hey, I have this idea, Prof, but I'm not sure what content or whatever. So before you do that, why not you say something about your ideas and share it with the community? And one way for you to have evidence saying to your professors, maybe this one doesn't work, never mind. You just look into this the group later on. You just search. Is that by having evidence saying that you are the ones that initiated this idea, you have the avenue to prove that this is my idea. You are using my idea, and this is the place where you can say that this is my initial idea, right? I started this idea about fintech because why? Fintech is about financial technology. That's the first thing. And it focuses on innovation. Now, how many of you know about the word innovation? What is innovation? What is innovation?
New idea.
New idea. Coming from?
Technology.
Technology. New idea coming from old idea.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Innovate. It's not something new. It's not it's just logic, right? So in order for you to tell your innovation, this is yours, you have to prove that this is yours. And one way, you put it, this is my work, blah blah blah, created by who? So you tell the community, this is my work. When the whole community knows, in somewhere, this is your work, people will support you. Yeah, yes, this is his work. The innovation is his. Why is other people copying his work? You want to copyright, but still you cannot copyright because this is still work in progress. So this is the way you want to engage the community, scholars. You want to show your ideas and get the view, and from there you will get more and more research gap when people review your work. Okay, got it? And of course, you want to be noticeable and network with scholars and industry players related to fintech. I tell you my experience when I, as a lecturer, I find it, I wouldn't go anywhere if I stay in my office. And the way to network is knowing people in the industry. So I have taken my time and my own money to go into several places, not very far, very near Singapore. I started to venture about fintech when I go to a conference in Nanyang Technology University about the augmented reality and virtual learning in Nanyang Technology University. And I network with people. They are looking at fintech also. That's why I started. And then I know people from this year actually, Bank Negara has conducted my fintech week in Kuala Lumpur. So I engage with people. I know people, I attend the events, and that's where I am confident that I can bring the industry people to join this group later on, and they will review your work. Okay? So hopefully you will come here and join the Facebook group. That's the takeaway. I don't want you just to get slides. I want you to get something here, because we only have just like 40 minutes left. What to learn? Fintech cannot be learned just by slides. You have to do. You have to engage. When you do your innovation, you must have a lab. Your research colleague you must have a research team. That's very important. You can't work on your own. Because why? Everyone have their own set of skills and their interests. You have to cross your talents. Someone is doing on data, but just looking at the social science data. Another one is expert in doing or innovating the technology, building up the application, the coding. Another one person, a researcher, is very good in Python. Python is a software. Maybe it doesn't have. I just checked. Not working. Very good. You have a QR code. Python is the language of coding that is used very much in the artificial intelligence. The simple code. That's the simplest way. And you can learn Python the most easy way. Others languages can learn, but as a researcher, Python is also the best to do your research, to run your analysis. Okay? So the only way to learn who's who is to be in the who's, right? You cannot just okay, I'll be here in classroom waiting for the professor to tell. No, you have to explore, right? And engaging people. And before we go on for the second activity, you must share what you found with your friends. Your knowledge must be shared with people. Even though that you say, oh, I don't want to share my ideas, I don't want to share my gaps, my findings, because this is mine. I don't want other people to copy it. Yes, that is your right, but you don't share everything. You just share a snippets of it. By maybe, like for me, I am a YouTuber. I like to YouTube my learning stuff, so I YouTube. So I created people liking me. So students appreciate it, because why? They can review it afterwards. Okay, now we go for the second activity. Oh, disclaimer. We will not collect any fees that the workshop, discussion or conference that is posted here have. So you have to check with the organizer. So we will not sponsor you. Sorry about that. Right, now activity number 1, audience participation. Now I want, there is a question there. Now the question asks, what is fintech? Can you do that first? QR code. You scan this one. And then let's do the activity.
Go to scan.
Scan. Senang. Tuan boleh scan. Ambil handphone, scan.
Scan in WhatsApp?
No, just using the QR reader. You have a QR reader?
No.
You have to download. In your, if Android, then Google Play Store.
QR reader.
QR reader. If you have a problem, then never mind. You stay down. I will open another way to help you answer this question.
Is it QR code scanner, is it?
Yes.
QR code scanner.
Yes. Anyway.
Which one I use? There are 5.
Anyone. As long as it is free. sure that anything that you download in the app is have number one, a good review, right, of the app, and it is free. Never pay something that is free.
You know, that blue one has good review.
Yeah, more than. So you seen some question there? No question?
Yes.
Okay. Or that already popping up some words.
Sir, I need because it's downloading now.
Okay, sure. Okay. Just demonstrating. Someone already say something. Okay, you scan this one.
It's not open.
Yeah, kind of.
Now then, people already start answering it. So you can scan this one. You have scan?
Okay. Again?
No. You already answered? Then just open in browser. Now there. So you answer that. So you see, yeah, this is technology, right? Of course, some of your lecturers already done this, but this is how I pull people participate. What is Fintech? That's the question. So if one word, what do you know about Fintech? Just type it. We want to know what, see? We have the bigger the words, right? That is the more people is writing it. You see, when you do a research guide, you must know what everyone is saying, right? You see, if I tell you what's the research guide, the other people have different thoughts about research guide. You see the evidence? But you can start to identify the gap, the research gap, by looking at what most people see in some topic, the general consent. From there you move on, you build up the skeleton, and from that skeleton then you can know which branch is less explored. How to know whether it's less or not? The words is smaller. So let's say for example finance technology, here the word is big, right? Many people already write that. So you look for words that is smaller. There is another way. You can conduct study about the literature review that has been done by people, and knowing how many topics that is less being researched, the keyword that is less. We call that bibliometric analysis. Anyone heard that? Bibliometric? Yeah, there is a way. There is not bibliometric is not using NVivo or what. It's not literature review. Bibliometric comes with their own tools to access, right, literatures. That's using database. For example, Scopus database. So, but we see the words by you. I'm not saying this, but this is the word that you put. So the biggest word is financial technology. Yes, I agree. What is Fintech? Financial technology. You are right. You are on the right path. But let us see what other answer is there. We have here, okay, the words are the pointer. I use the pointer by my student saja. So how to use this pointer, red button, right? to no, the laser. No laser. Oh, okay, all right.
Excuse me.
Scan.
We need a code. What do you need?
Oh, okay. Sure. You just take this one. Maybe you can come closer and you get. You see, people when they start to use technology, they are quite interested, right? This is fintech. We want people to use it, and then they start to when they see people using it, then other people start to trust. Because fintech also is about trust. How to gain trust. That's another research gap that you can explore. It's not only technology. Well, I mean, of course, let me explain to you. We are social scientists, right? I mean, let me ask again. Anyone here that is from technology background, IT background? Other types, IT specialists? Not yet, right? But you will become IT specialist when you go into fintech. But I tell you, we are UST Utara Malaysia. We are social scientists, where we solve problems and issues related with human. That's your purpose here. You are a researcher. You must know you are what researcher? You are the social scientist. You are studying the human behavior, right? So when you're studying human behavior, that's where this all pops up. You don't talk about technology, you don't talk about robots first. You talk about human. You talk about the users of technology. You talk about what is the impact of fintech to human. You are social scientists. That is where you are related here in Utara Malaysia. If you are doing something like straight away AI without human, you are not belonging to this institution. You are going to belong to other technology university that doesn't do with social sciences. So that's why the research gap for fintech, for research, social researcher, social scientist is, if you look here, so many words, right? It's large, isn't it? So many gaps you can study. See, people are using 4.0, okay? You are looking at artificial, human, okay? Looking at the crowd. Crowd means that crowdfunding, okay? This is your answer, not mine. See, your knowledge here is already have the basics. I don't need to explain anymore. Just that I want to guide you to become a more competent researcher and get the networks. Because why? Because we want to create the community, we want to create the research lab, we want to create researchers. Because we are, I'm sharing, we are very much far behind than other researchers in the world. But we don't want to lose the train. We still can hop on. Your PhD students, you can still hop on because there are ample of opportunities. Just that don't lose it, because why? The further the train is away, more things that you need to catch up. More things, for example, fuel. We have to put in more fuel. We have to put in more costs to catch up the train. So don't be far away. And looking at the answer, I will share the findings with you. Okay. In fact, this one, if I leave it, it will never end. Okay. But the most important thing that I want to highlight is, let's say, innovation, data. Okay. You see this one, data, big data. When you talk about big data, means that it is about social sciences, right? How you want to analyze your data using whatever tools. And now we are talking about data analysis. It's very important for you to become data analyst. Not just researcher, but data analyst. So please, go on. look at this fintech area, because why? It will give you a more good career path and more understanding of your application of your research work. There is tremendous methods where you can done your analysis. Don't just depend on the normal statistical tools like we are using now. Use analytical tools that integrates big data, that integrates data analytics. The only way that you can do that as a researcher, you do your own coding using Python.
This is the new trend.
It's a new trend.
New trend, yeah.
And of course, you can put in all the what you call validity tests in the codes. Just follow the formula. But of course, when you do that, you are the one that is innovating the research. You are not using your own software. No, you are innovating a way that you use machine learning to analyze your data. And that's your contribution, right? You have developed this method of analyzing data using your own codes, right? Using the data that you collected from the market, but you use the approaches that you studied and you use the technology to help you come up with the result. That is the new findings. That is PhD. If you find it hard to say, hey, I don't know what to do the PhD, because everyone is already done. For example, research in my, let's say, research PhD topic, poverty in Malaysia, blah, blah, blah. Poverty in Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. Using this, let me ask you, now the next question. How to identify the research gap? I got less than, still on track, 20 minutes, but this is very important. Now, first thing that you have to ask yourself, is the research worth to research first? Is that topic worth to do? The research gap lah. Means that by doing the fintech, okay, you know the branches. If people in the community have an opinion of that, and there is, you can see branches, means that people understand that area, this is worth to explore. Like just now, right? Definition of fintech.